What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we always start the show by being transparent. And yesterday was a pretty good day. Lakers was a winner. Houston first half was a winner. Indiana -10 was a winner. UMass +14 was the only loser. So 3-1, we'll take it every single day. And we're not going to have Rob Veno today. Rob Veno will rejoin on Friday. There'll be no show tomorrow since it's Thanksgiving. And so today's show will be a little bit different than it normally is. I'll try to go through a few games that stand out to me, but I just honestly didn't want to leave you guys hanging. I didn't probably shouldn't wasn't gonna do a show, but said I'll come on here and see if we can find some money for everybody. Shout out to Nathan, he was first in the chat. Danny said he had big money on the Lakers. Nice to hear that. Appreciate you guys tapping in on the chat. All right, let's get to it. We have a lot of games. Like I said, I'm not going to go through all of them, but I will talk about a few that stand out. And first, rotation order will go Detroit and Boston. It opened up -3 for the Pistons. I see mostly 2.5s. I mean, there is a 3, so make sure you line shop depending on what you like. As far as the total, it opened 231, and it's not really moving. For injuries, no Sasser, no Clintman for Detroit. For Boston, let me just refresh here. Nemias is the only person out for them. We know Tatum is out already. So we have to also look at the group stuff, right? For the cup. So the Pistons are right behind the Magic. They're 2-0. Magic are 3-0. And it's a pretty big differential. And if I'm not mistaken here, Celtics are still in the wild card hunt. If the Pistons lose this game, they do play the Magic on Friday, and if they beat the Magic, they'll own the head-to-head. So I don't think the Pistons necessarily have to win this game as far as to win the group. Celtics, if they lose, they're eliminated from everything. Outside of that, looking at this game, I mean, it stands out to me that the Pistons, I mean, they've won 13 games in a row. They're going for a franchise record 14 in a row tonight. And only -2.5 here on the road. It just seems like almost begging you to take the Pistons. And I don't like when the books are begging us to take something. You know, they put those numbers out there and make them look like that for a reason. Um, appreciate you, Brian. So I'm trying to find reasons, and I would try to make every case I can for the Celtics. And what I would say here is, you have a Pistons team playing their fourth and final game of a road trip. Meanwhile, Boston is playing their third straight home game. Pistons typically rely on, getting in the paint and shooting a lot of mid range. Celtics top 5 pretty much defending that. Celtics, what do they like to do? Shoot a lot of threes. The Pistons, especially on the road, they've been pretty poor defending above the break three. So I'm just seeing some matchup stuff that lines up. I think the Celtics should be the hungrier team here. I mean, I know Pistons, like I said, are going for a franchise record, but I mean, something is off with the way that this line is, and I think it's everything else that I've been explaining. So I would only take the Celtics here. I think they can win the game. And as far as the total, I do think it's more of an over game. Detroit's defense has fallen off a little bit lately. And for the Celtics, they haven't been the fastest playing team all season. But now, when you're minus another center and some of these lineups, you have to play small ball. I mean, I'm blanking out on the coach's name, but the coach, Mazzulla, he said that, they're going to have to play small ball and play a little bit faster. So it'll be Boston or over, maybe a Boston team total. That's the way I'm looking at today's games, or this is the way I'm looking at this game. Got you guys. Got you guys for sure. See who else is in the chat. SF49er likes K points and assists. Can't talk you off of that. Yeah, could be some extra second chance points as well. I mean, I do think this is an over game. I would agree with that. All right, next game that I want to talk about, because like I said, I'm skipping a few here today. Minnesota and OKC. It says it opened -10 here. We're looking at pretty much tens everywhere. As far as the total, came down slightly from 229 to 228 and a half. Let's look at the injury report. I know SGA was questionable earlier. He's still listed as questionable now, but he went through shoot around. Um, they'll be without Topic, Aaron Wiggins, and J Dub. For the Wolves, it looks like they'll have everybody. And I mean, I'm pretty sure for this group as well, these are the two at the top, but let's just double check. No, the Suns are mixed in there as well. And the Suns actually own the tiebreaker over the Wolves. So if the Wolves, I mean, the Wolves can be eliminated today. The Wolves need to win. That's kind of what I'm saying here. Um, the Thunder, they do have, I mean, big differential +63, Wolves +53. My thing is, I do think the Wolves come to play. We've had multiple players already tell us that, they really want to make it to Vegas. They've never been to Vegas. The money is a big motivation. Um, and I know that you'll get a good effort from them. For this Thunder team, they've just been so good, so dominant. It's hard to go and tell anybody to go to the window and put your money against them. If you didn't have SGA, I could absolutely understand. Like I said, do I think the Wolves give a great effort? Yes. The problem is they can give a great effort and still get blown out here if the Thunder are mostly healthy. So for that reason, I haven't pushed a button on the Wolves, but I want to think that, a nice juicy price for them to win could be worth a small look. I don't even think you'll need them to cover because if they don't win, I think they get blown out. That's just my opinion. Um 49er, like an ant over 4.5 rebounds. Haven't looked at rebounds, but could be a good look there. You know what to do, Ocean. You know what to do. All right. Mark says Minnesota as an underdog is a spot, but still pissed about that meltdown last game pass. Minnesota, now I'm thinking about it, also has not been good versus competition this year. I don't think they've covered once. So that's also something to think about. We'll keep going down the list. Another one worth mentioning is Bucks and Heat. Opened up 6.5 for Miami. Looks like 8.5. And the total skyrocketed from 231.5 all the way as high as 237.5. For the Bucks, you do have Giannis questionable. KPJ's out. Prince is out for Miami. Powell is probable. You have Jaime Jaquez, Jovic, Drew Smith, Andrew Wiggins. All of those guys are questionable. Powell's been upgraded to probable. This Milwaukee team, they've looked pretty bad without Giannis. I'm pretty sure they've lost 5 in a row. Meanwhile, he'd have been playing a lot better, especially Khalil Ware. He's been dominating, making his impact felt on every single game. So if you want to continue to look at his rebounds or bet his props, I can absolutely understand that. Um, the Bucks, or I'll say Darvin Ham, he's never lost, I don't think, a cup game. Here they are at +8.5. His teams have won every single cup game they've been a part of. I do think Milwaukee cares about the cup games. They definitely, let me look at the standings. They definitely are up there. Get back to the standings for Milwaukee. So yeah, Milwaukee's at the top, 2-0. And the Heat are right behind them at 2-1. So they lose. I mean, the Heat will be at the top with a tiebreaker. So big game as far as the cup is concerned for the Bucks. If you get Giannis back, I mean, they're absolutely live to win. It's hard for me to think that they really win without him as bad as they've been playing. So I do think you'll get effort just because of the cup game. Maybe that's good enough to cover 8.5. But it's one of those games where you need the injuries to clear up a little bit here. You get Giannis, Bucks really good bet. If he's not out there, you're just banking on the effort from these guys to try to win that money for the cup. And I could understand that as well. So it's Bucks or pass for me. And Bucks are not a team that I look at as a great defensive team. We know the Heat also play at the fastest pace in the league. So I can understand why this total is shot up. It's the only way to play for me as well. Mark says Giannis' status upgraded to questionable early makes me think he plays. I agree. All right. Next game I wanted to at least mention is Grizzlies and Pelicans. I have an opener of Pelicans -3, and it's flipped all the way to Grizzlies -3. And that's just pretty crazy to me. Maybe I'm looking at injuries. I mean, Edie's questionable. Same other usual suspects for the Grizzlies are out. For the Pelicans, no Poole, no Murray. The same guys are out for the Pelicans too. It's hard to want to lay points with the Grizzlies, but I just wanted to mention in this game that I'm pretty sure. Oh no, they're not at the top of. They're actually the Lakers have already won that group, so the Grizzlies still have a chance at a wild card. Um, the Pelicans have already been eliminated, so just thinking, Grizzlies will be the more motivated team here. I would try to find as many reasons as I can to back them. The Pelicans are playing their fourth game in 6 nights. Maybe a letdown spot for them after winning a game as, coming off a win as an underdog. They don't have very many wins on the season. So maybe an exhale after getting one there for them. Lean Grizzlies. Just that's all I got for that one. Um, Mark, some people disagreeing. A couple people liking the Pelicans. We shall see in that one. Is there anything else here? There's two more games I wanted to mention. It's not really, I mean, it's not too much. It's just Rockets and Golden State open from 1 to 2.5. And we know there's no KD, no Steven Adams, no Tari Eason, no DFS. For Golden State, Kaminga and Horford have both been ruled out, but Draymond is probable. And let's double check what the Warriors group looks like here. Warriors are actually at the bottom of their group, still in the wild card hunt, though. Same for the Rockets. So a big game as far as that's concerned. Um, I know the Rockets play well in their last game, but I view them as a team that long term is going to struggle to score when Kevin Durant is not playing. And the problem is the Warriors defense, I feel like, has been struggling and probably will continue to struggle, missing, well, they get Draymond back, but they were missing some bigs. I think that with the players out there on the court, I trust Golden State at home more. So I would agree with the market, pushing it from -1 to 2.5. Not, anything too crazy, too strong, but that's the way that I would look in that one. See any comments there? SF 49er likes Jimmy over his rebounds. Jesse likes Asar assists. What is this saying? Rockets Golden State. What are your thoughts? Golden State as a 7-1 short home favorite. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this is asking me, honestly. All right, last one I wanted to talk about was Suns and Kings. And it opened up -2 for the Suns. It's up as high as 4.5 right now. I think it got as high as 5.5 and came back down. Total also came down from 236 as low as 233.5. When I look at the injury report, Grayson Allen out, Ryan Dunn out, Jalen Green out. Don't like that if you're looking to back Phoenix. For the Kings, Schroeder is questionable. Sabonis is out. I don't really care about those injuries on the Kings side. Sabonis, yeah, he's hurt, but he's also mad that his offensive role is decreasing on his team. Schroeder, like they started to play better when Westbrook was starting over Schroeder. So I don't even really care about that too much. For the Phoenix, it makes me worry. Like, I don't know. I don't like the combination of Jalen Green and Grayson Allen out. And then Dunn out on top of that. I feel like it's a little bit too much for a team that, yeah, I mean, they struggle. They've been Jekyll and Hyde all year, home and road. Let's just look at this. It's also their third game in 4 nights, fourth and sixth. I know Sacramento is coming off an overtime game, but I think they'll still have enough energy to get up for this one. So just looking at so far this year, let's look at home road splits. For I mean, the Kings haven't been great general at all anywhere, but the Suns, I have them as 3-4 ATS on the road. I mean, I guess they've picked it up a little bit lately. I have a hard time trusting them. They've been a much better home team. I don't like the players they're missing. I don't care about the players Sacramento's missing. So Sac at home getting all those points starting to become appealing. My first thought was Phoenix when I saw this, but more and more I think about it, I do think the Kings can give them a game. Just to go back to that group, the Suns are 2-0. I mean, they still have a lot to play for. The Kings sitting at 0-2. They are still in the wild card hunt, but maybe not the most to play for as far as that's concerned. Something about this game just makes me think that the Kings are live. Casey also says Kings in a good spot here. She likes Keegan Murray points up and over. SF 49er thinks the Suns will be able to score. B-Man liking the Kings team total under. A lot of different ways people are looking at the game. So on that note, we'll wrap it up. Those are all the games I wanted to get through. Before I go to a best bet, let's do a little bit of that promo stuff we do around here. So I'll do full court pass. That's a good one to talk about right now. If you're interested in 3 days of NBA and college basketball, you can get them both for only $49. If you want a little bit longer term, you can get all sports, 10 days of picks for less than $10 per day there. If you want longer than that, maybe you want to go for a full year, you can get $500 off a 1 year pass. It comes out to just 125 per month. And if you do get that 1 year pass, there will also be a 25% bonus coupon included for anything else you're interested in. So those are good ways to get involved. And I will mention in that full court all access pass, I am 21-9 on my last 30 in NBA and college basketball. So with that said, best bets, you know, it was actually Ocean asked me earlier in the chat. So my best bet won't be NBA today. I'll just give you guys a reminder that yes, we're betting Houston first half. I got -6. I think last I saw was 6.5. That's still good. I mean, let me just double check what the current line is here, first half. But in general, you're not going to go wrong too many times betting Houston first half, especially off of a loss. And I'm seeing sevens popping up. There's still a six out there. I mean, I see 6, 6.5, and 7. So make sure you line shot. But yeah, Kelvin Sampson team off of a loss. I mean, Kelvin Sampson team in general, but off of a loss, yes, we might like it if they had time to practice in between. But the other team is playing on no rest as well. So Houston Cougars first half -6. You can still get out there. Will be my best bet for the show. Appreciate all y'all rocking with me. Sorry we didn't have any Vino today, but he will be back on Friday. No NBA tomorrow, so no games tomorrow. It is Thanksgiving. Hopefully you guys enjoy it with your family, and we'll be back again on Friday. So best of luck everybody on all your action, and I will catch you guys then.